Ooh, what's up, guys? This is Billy coming to you guys with a brand new video. As you guys heard in my stream earlier today, I will not be streaming as today is Wednesday, but I told you guys last night, basically, that I am making this little tutorial here to maintain the best possible stream quality as far as fluidity and smoothness and 60 FPS and clarity. So here we go. Have you ever looked at your live stream and you're like, wow, my live stream looks pretty good, but why is it stuttering every few seconds? Why do I have little baby stutters every so often? It may not be like a crazy stutter, but you're like, oh, there was a little stuttery there for some reason, right? Well, I'm going to show you guys how to maintain that smooth FPS experience. A lot of this might surprise you guys because for years I went through single PC streaming, dual PC streaming. I went through different encoders between CPU, GPU, quick sync even. But yeah, I've done so much troubleshooting to maintain the most fluid FPS on live stream as well as gameplay when we're broadcasting. Because look at us, we're streamers. We still want to play at really good settings. Now this is for single PC streamers and dual PC streamers. This goes for both of you guys. It even goes if you stream on Twitch. I'm a YouTube streamer personally, and I'll explain to you why. Basically, unlimited potential when it comes to bit rates on YouTube. Quality, and we'll get into that too. Better quality. Because a lot of people say that they went from a 1080p stream to Twitch and a 1080p stream to YouTube, and now their YouTube stream in 1080p looks terrible. So I'm going to get into this and show you guys what years and years of troubleshooting has gotten me. So, if we go to our desktop here, as you guys see, I have some notes. I have some notes here. I made these notes so I don't forget them. Number one, let me show you guys something real quick. So I'm going to set, I have a high refresh rate gaming monitor. I'm going to set my refresh rate. As you see, I have it at 120. I'm going to set it to 144 real quick. Okay, 144. There we go. I'm going to open up this. See, this is a smoothness test for FPS. It's going to have a line going across the screen, and it should be very clear throughout the whole thing if you aren't receiving any stutters. So I'm going to full screen this, and let's go. All right, see, you saw a little stutter in the beginning there, a little stutter at the end. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Okay, got the stutter. There you go. As you see, there's a stutter every so often, right? It's not completely visible at all times. There's little baby stutters. Oh, that was a big one there. You see, oh, now it's getting faster and it's getting more stuttery. You see what I mean? Now, on my screen, there is no stutter. Absolutely no stutter. Now, let me show you guys something real quick. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to set my refresh rate to 120 hertz. Now, the reasoning behind this, I will show you in a moment. So if we go back to that 60 FPS test, the smoothness test I was just on. There we go. If we go back to that full screen, look at how smooth that is. It's just clearly just going straight across. Might be a little stutter here, and not even. No, there's a little one, tiny baby one. But you see how much clearer that is. It's not jittering all over the place. And even as it speeds up, you'll see there's so much less jitter and judder going on. It's just smooth going across, right? Now let me explain to you guys why that is. When you live stream at 60 FPS, that's the thing to do nowadays, right? I wish we could stream at 120 on YouTube. Sadly, we can't. Maybe in the future. But we live stream at 60 FPS, correct? So when you're live streaming, you want to output the frame rate in intervals of 60. So 60 times 60 equals 120. Now the difference you're seeing in the stutter in the 144 hertz, that's due to frame time. It's getting mixed up because 144 does not divide equally into 60, right? You would need, what, 70 FPS? 72 FPS by 72 FPS to divide evenly into 144. If you're trying to maintain a 60 FPS stream, you're going to want a number that divides evenly. Me, for my capture card, I'm going to want to send 120 frames on the refresh rate to a 60 FPS OBS. Basically, if that makes sense to you, you do it, you put it at 120, or if you have a 240 hertz monitor, you can even do that, or 360 hertz. Just not 144. Even if you have a 180 hertz, because it divides evenly into 60. That is what you're going to want. 144 hertz is a no-go for smoothness because you get too much jitter on the screen. Now, next thing here. This is a big one. Stream at 1440p, even if you're playing in 1080p. Now, this is only for YouTube streamers. This right here, you're not going to want to stream in 1440p on Twitch. Twitch has a way different encoder. This is for YouTube. So let me run you guys through something real quick. When you stream in a resolution above 1080p, whether it be 1440p or 4K on YouTube, they use a different encoder. They use a encoder that goes by VP9, which makes it seem a lot clearer. It's a lot clearer picture because it looks better at a lower bitrate. It's just a better encoder overall. For some reason, any stream that's 720p or 1080p or lower is encoded in AVC, which is not the best. So if you switched from Twitch 1080p streaming to YouTube 1080p streaming, you're like, why does my 1080p stream look like garbage? That's why, because it's using AVC. Now, if you were to go into OBS here, I'm going to open up OBS on my gaming PC really quick just to show you guys. Settings, video output. Normally, it would be like this. 1920 by 1080, 1920 by 1080, right? Yeah, of course. Common FPS, don't worry about the FPS, that's fine. What I do, personally, it saved up a lot of resources as well. You could go base resolution, 1440p, and output scaled 1440p. But I've seen zero difference when I go, even though my base canvas is 1440p, go 1080p and upscale to 1440p. That is what I use. You're going to want to stream in 1440p if you're going to be gaming in 1080p. I'm telling you right now. Because you want access to that VP9 codec. Bitrate. See, I stream at a 15K bitrate. You could actually go all the way down to 11K if you want. This goes into the my next one, the Nvinc encoder. If you have a NVIDIA GPU, you're in luck because the NVIDIA Nvinc H264 new encoder works amazing for you single PC streamers and you dual PC streamers. For me, I have a 5820K in my streaming rig. I can output a better picture just solely streaming on my streaming PC using the Nvinc encoder than I could with my CPU. Because like my CPU is only capable of doing very fast at 1440p. Now the Nvinc encoder right here with max quality or quality, you can bring it down, you can test it out, whatever works best for you. Probably max quality for dual PC, quality for single PC streamers because you want to maintain performance. Basically, the Nvinc encoder equals to, I believe, a faster to medium preset that you would get on a CPU and a lot less power hungry. So that's pretty cool. You're going to want to use the Nvinc encoder 100%. And yeah, let's go on to the next one. Do not use many media files. Make sure they're all WebM format. Let me show you guys something what I mean here. I don't think I have anything on this computer, but I rendered out these effects. You could see these effects, those effects, right? These little pop-up things. I rendered these out as a QuickTime .movs. And man, when I say that they were resource hogs, they fucking were. So what you're going to want to do is look online when you output these media files is a WebM conversion tool. You're going to want to convert them all, use them all in the WebM format. You're going to want a .webm instead of a .mov or a .wmv or a .avi. You're going to want to use a WebM format for these because literally this went from like 2 gigabytes, a 2 gigabyte file, to like, I don't even know, a 2 megabyte file. It's ridiculous. So you're going to want to use as least media files as you possibly can. But if you're going to use a bunch of them like I do, make sure that they're all WebMs. Lastly, this goes without saying, keep G-Sync off. You do not want to use G-Sync when you are streaming, single PC or dual PC. This kind of cuts into it. fluctuating refresh rates will confuse OBS, the output. See, I have G-Sync off currently. I do not use it. I don't see much of a difference having it on in general, but you're going to want to make sure that you keep G-Sync off once again, so there's no fluctuating refresh rates. OBS can keep a constant same refresh rate throughout the whole thing, and it's not confusing it and stuttering and making a mess. So basically, this is what I'm trying to get across to you guys. I've tried for years. I was always wondering why more streams look smoother than mine and more fluid, and I over the years just figured it out, talking with friends and stuff like that. For your dual PC streamers, the best possible way you can stream using a capture card is directly into the capture card, directly out of the capture card. But like I said, some of you guys use display ports. So what I do is I clone my display. There's other ways of doing this online where you use OBS to output project to the other monitor. You could try that. I've seemingly had like no issues with cloning really, except for like a little lag when alt tabbing basically. But yeah, let me just show you guys a little preview of what I got going here. We're gonna go into Apex Legends just so you can see exactly the smoothness I'm talking about. So we are at 120 hertz, outputting. Sorry if that was a little loud. There we go. Perfect. Apex Legends. Let's load it up. Yeah, like I said, I'm very, very proud of having this knowledge of how to do this. Like, even, like, look at this. Like, I keep Shadowplay on. I always wanted to have Shadowplay on. And it took me years to realize that Shadowplay wasn't the problem for the stuttering. Like, I keep Shadowplay on all the time. It's no problem, really. So we're going to load into the firing range here. There we go. Just had to wait a little bit. All right, here we go. So here we go. As you see, we have a very, very smooth, clear gameplay. Now, I'm actually playing in 1440p right now, chat. I feel like I'm streaming. I'm playing in 1440p right now. My base canvas is 1920 by 1080. But I'm outputting in 2560 by 1440. Do you see this? There's no judder because the frame times match. You see what I mean? I could even move like this. You'll see that there's no screen tear or judder or whatever. It's smooth. It's smooth as butter. Here, we'll even get some gunplay going. I don't know. Let's take the R99. And we'll slide and... Look at that. Nothing. Just pure crispness. Pure crispness. So I'm gonna give you guys one more little tip for you dual PC streamers. If you guys have 4K capture cards, let me tell you, you have the advantage. A lot bigger of an advantage for quality. Because in OBS, you guys have the option for the X RGB color profile. Let me show you guys how it looks with the normal color profile. Okay? Let me just show you guys. Now I have some filters. I have some saturation filters on. Let me switch to a YUI2 color profile. Okay. Okay, we're back. Do you see this color profile? Now, make a mental image of this color profile because... Here, we'll even get a really colorful weapon. I have a wingman skin that's really colorful. We'll use one of these, for instance. Alright, keep remembering this, right? Remember this color profile. And now we're going to switch to XRGB. Do you see that? How the clarity just went up just a little bit. We're going to switch back and forth again. Do you see? That's YUI2. That's XRGB. Do you see the color difference? Do you see that? All right, so if you have an access to an XRGB color profile, you dual PC streamers, definitely use it if you could. It is a little more intensive. It uses about 15% more CPU than normal, but boy, is it worth it. Let me tell you, like, colors are more accurate, and yeah, it's just all around worth it. So that is all, guys. Sorry this was a long one, but I told you guys I wanted to get this out to you guys, and there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do me the favor of clicking that like button for this awesome, beautiful looking heirloom. Look at this thing. This thing's beautiful, huh? Pretty nice. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. We're live every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. If you have any questions at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hopefully see you guys in streams. Adios for now, dudes. Much love.